Welcome. This is the Value SMP. The Value SMP is a mainly vanilla survival server focused around builds and a little bit of controlled combat. On this server, builds are actually rewarded and can help you keep up and compete. Let me show you how. You know how when you play a city building game, you have to have multiple different types of buildings like farms, houses, blacksmiths. All together, they combine to create value. Anything that you make can be judged into 3 categories: accommodation, utility, and farm. Anything that you build can fit into one of those categories, and in a lot of cases, probably multiple, in which case you can choose which one you want it to fit into. So let your creativity go crazy. These categories are also helpful for setting development goals if you can't think of what to build, and there are examples available. Okay, so what is value? Well, each judgment that you get adds into that category, and all 3 categories are averaged together. But just like in a civilization where the weakest link can hold you back, you'll want to improve your lowest score because it's added on top of your total score as a bonus. Now the cool thing about value is it's like an income. Every single week during the server session, it's paid to you in emeralds, which can be really helpful since all the villagers are completely banished from the server, and instead, we have an emerald-operated main shop where you can get items that you need, or even special items. While we're on the topic of special items, there's another thing that makes this server slightly less vanilla, which are relics. Now, relics are regular tools or armor or weapons that have enchantments above what you'd usually be able to get. In some cases, very high above. These relics are generally obtained in combat scenarios, but don't be too scared because keep inventory is turned on this server, except for the nether and the end, so be careful there. But in the overworld, during combat, you don't have to worry too much about losing all your stuff. You just have to worry about whether or not you win a relic, or other things that happen to be contested at the time. Other fights that happen during the server sessions every week are the judge fights, where the judges fight to maintain their status as a judge, and there can only be 2. All of these things, emeralds, relics, value, work towards one main goal: becoming the winner of the season. The server is an invite-only, always open server, but one day every week is the server session where all the special stuff happens and where you can get your builds judged and so on. Then after every 4 months, or an eon, there is a war for points. And after 3 eons, the season is complete and the player or team with the most points wins the season. Then we go on to the next season where everything resets to a fresh new world. There's still a couple little tidbits that haven't been explained yet, like the Council of Value in cities, players being able to join during a season freeze, and stuff like commands that you're able to use, which will all be explained in the unlisted video linked in the description, so make sure to check that out. I also want to give a huge thanks to all my friends who were there since the beginning of this project, helping break some of my preconceived notions and bad ideas, and also giving me some of their crazy good ideas. There was a lot of rough patches where the coding didn't quite work and the server was struggling and people were lagging out, and just a huge thank you to all you guys. And as for everybody else who's watching, stay tuned for my next videos to watch the chaos, the drama, the politics, and the cool builds all unfold. See you guys!